Welcome to Truish, your soft news bulletin delivered hot off the press to you by me, Daisy Maskell. And joining me this week as my expert correspondent, I'm so excited. It's Sukh. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you got my name right as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. We didn't have to have that conversation where you, sometimes when I meet people, they'll go, hi. And I know exactly what's going through their head. And now I just go, it's Sukh.
Gorgeous name.
Yeah.
Gorgeous name.
You.
We were just talking about the fact that we don't like being upright.
No.
We feel like we're not, I feel like you're giving the same vibe. We're not meant to be upright beings.
I don't think so. I mean, probably from an evolutionary perspective, I mean, we have got to a stage where we can be upright. I think for me, I have the core strength of wet loo roll. Mm-hmm. I cannot physically hold myself up. And it's not like I'm particularly blessed of chest or anything like that I can, I don't think it's a weight thing. I just don't have the biology or the will to hold myself up.
It's exhausting. It is so exhausting. I think we need to go back to being on all fours.
Yeah, if we could, that would be great.
What would you be doing if you weren't here today? So I'd love to know.
I wouldn't be this upright for a start. I probably wouldn't even be dressed. Yeah, if I'm honest, I'd probably be in my they're not pajamas, but they're sort of pajama adjacent.
Transitional clothing.
That's it.
Yeah. House clothes.
House clothes, yeah. Because you can't come home and sit in your outdoor clothes.
Absolutely not.
Psychopathic behaviour.
Big no.
Yeah. And I don't want to get into pajamas straight away either. So I'd be in my transitional house clothes. I'd probably open my laptop and then just be on my phone. That's what I'd be doing.
Are you someone that gets dressed from the waist up for a Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on down below?
Nothing. Absolutely not. I'm winning the pooing it. There's nothing going on.
I always think about that, especially like in the heat of summer, because do you live in London?
No, I live in Birmingham.
In Birmingham.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be the same in Birmingham as well. Any city in the UK, it's just stifling. It's like we always say it's a different type of heat. Yeah. And whenever I'm on a Zoom in like the height of the 2 weeks that we get of summer in the UK, I'm just like, I know you've got nothing on it. Like you just can't have anything on under.
It's an unwritten, unspoken rule. Like I get it. And the only time that I've sort of been caught out is quite aptly when I was doing therapy on Zoom. And I had to go and get a tissue because I always forget that I'm going to do lots of crying. And when I go into the office, she's got loads of tissues. And I was like, oh, sorry, I'm just going to go get a tissue. And then realised I was just wearing a T-shirt. I think it added to my case.
That's fantastic. That's a was it addressed? Or did we just move on?
No, she's really lovely like that. And I did sort of say, well, should I apologise? But then she'll probably tell me off for apologising because I apologise too much anyway. Yeah.
And the fact that you didn't apologise, she's probably seeing it as growth.
I think
it's working.
So.
That's fantastic.
I love how we spun that.
That is fantastic. So do you do virtual therapy over Zoom?
Yeah, it's sort of flexible. So I like to see her in person because I feel like I can get a better read on people in person. But Zoom's great when you're on the road. Like I went travelling last year, so I was in Vietnam and Bali, like having a nice coffee and having a little cry in the hotel room.
Chatting to you, that's so movie star. Chatting to a therapist, I love it. I love that so much. Are you someone when you're on a Zoom, do you look at yourself?
Yeah.
So you look at yourself crying?
Yeah, I answered that really quickly. I should have paused and thought about it and given a funny answer. But yeah, I do. I'm vain. There's a reason I'm in this job. Yeah. Like there is, and sometimes it's like, okay. Why are you doing that? I am sort of. I am. I listen to the important bits. I am, but I am looking at myself.
I love that. I think that's adding to the therapy, though. You're just kind of getting to know yourself. You're one with nature, and people are just giving you affirmations in the background.
Absolutely, it's in the diary. My agent knows. Everyone knows. Do not. It's Therapy Thursdays, and I do this thing on Instagram where I go Therapy Thursdays, and then I go to the middle of Lidl.
Love that.
Generally in big dark sunglasses, so you can't see that I've been crying. But I get my little pastry, and then I basically post. It's so ridiculous. I was trying to explain this to someone, and they were like, "Are you sponsored by Lidl?" I was like, "No, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I just like looking at things. I don't even necessarily like buying them. Yep. I just look at things." And I started taking photos of the weird and wonderful things, like carabiners and human. Pet beds and things like that. Yep. And so I would just sort of go, oh, this is funny. And now if I don't do it, people will message me on Instagram, go, oh, are you not doing middle of a Lidl? Like, are you not?
You've got your community. I love that.
These
You
are my
are,
people.
but also you're so like, it's the fact that you're leaning into the fabulousness of this. You've just had your therapy session. You've sat on Zoom looking at yourself crying with the filter on. Now you're going to take yourself off to Lidl in your dark glasses to go and have a little browse down the middle aisle and a little apple turnover. I'm sorry. You are too fabulous.
It's also in two sort of sides of my personality. The working class side of me that bloody loves the
I love
parking.
that.
And then the really, like, the sort of more middle class side of me who's like, well, you know, I must, you know, spend £60 a week.
That's just, that is too fun. We need that, I honestly, I mean this in the best way possible. We need that level of like, just delusion sometimes in our lives.
Gosh, you have to be delusional.
You have to.
I would not get out of bed if I wasn't.
Life is way too serious. Like we need to be the main character in our own lives sometimes.
You need delusions. You need little treats.
Yep. Yes.
Every day, a daily little treat.
Yep. It gets you through.
Yeah.
Tell me what is on your docket this week.
Okay. I realised when you booked me on this and I was like, oh God, is it news? Is it current affairs? That I look at the main news and then sometimes I can't look at it because it's too much. And then in general, I'm just not really that into current affairs. And do you know, when I realised this, backstage as I was about to go on for Mock of the Week.
Oh no.
And I turned to, I can't remember, was it Maisie Adams? Someone. I turned around to her and I went, I'm not really into current affairs. And she went, you know, this is Mock of the Week. For all the therapy I'm doing, I'm not very self-aware. Anyway, I'm going to talk about farts.
Let's go.
Because even though I am a 41-year-old woman,
let's go.
I'm in the 5th decade of my life. Someone said that to me recently. Actually, an ex said that to me. It's not the only reason he's an ex, but it didn't help his case. I have the humour of a 12-year-old boy. I read an article this week about a contraption that is in a museum in Prague. It's the Sex Machines Museum, I believe it's called.
Right.
And it's called a Van Vera, and it's from the 17th century, although it might have had its origins in ancient Egypt or Rome, because they were bang into their tech. And it's something that women used, basically sort of, it goes under their big skirts. So imagine the big skirts, the crinolines, the whatever. I don't know any other names for big. Basically big, lots of material. And it's like a little box that sort of goes underneath and catches their farts. Or there is also the option of a leather pouch, right? So and then they, at the end of the party, the event or the evening, they can remove it, or probably somebody else would remove it for them, wouldn't they? And then release the fart.
That is fantastic.
There is also an option with herbs, with dried herbs.
Okay.
So that way you can fart, but then your farts will smell like lavender fields.
Where did we, this is like, you know, they say like it's just so many decades, into centuries of history are just lost, missing. What is the 2026 version of this?
Well, I will tell you. Because when I saw this, I was like, oh, this reminds me of odor neutralizing underwear for men.
I've never heard of these.
No, have you not?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I do watch the news, but just the very unique stories.
I need to get this news in my life, because this is far more fun than the stuff I get served.
So these are sort of like briefs for men that use carbon in them to neutralise odours. So they are scientifically proven to work. Great if not just if you're a bit whiffy, but maybe you've got a digestive disorder or something. That means that, so particularly odorous PARP. And apparently it I mean, I can't attest to how good these are because I've never tried them. But I think that's the 2026 version.
That's fantastic.
But I quite like the idea of farting into a box of herbs.
I like that idea. I like that idea as well. I do.
Not as in like, you know, my basil or like, you know, my herbs de Provence. But like, I mean, like just a bit dried lavender or something.
And then because this is the 2026 version, you could probably sell that on the internet and make a shit ton of money.
Exactly. Exactly. I think they'd probably want the stinky version, wouldn't they? I think if that's the sort of thing you're into, you'd want like the stinkier the better. Do you know what a Dutch oven is?
I do.
As in not the cooking pot.
Not the pot. Oh, I know the pot. I'm too PG for this story.
Okay. I feel like James knows that. You know what this is, don't you? It's when you.
What on earth is a Dutch oven?
When you're in bed with someone and you fart and then you put the cover over
the head.
Right. So this guy did this. It's actually horrific. This guy did this to his partner, wife, I don't know. Fart, like horrific, like awful gut stench, but then sort of held the duvet over her head. She died.
No. No, she didn't.
She died.
Oh, that's so sad.
But also...
No, that's so sad.
Why are you laughing?
No.
I mean, it's horrific. What a way to go. But also... I still don't know how to feel about it. I heard about this about 3 years ago and I still don't know how to feel about it.
What?
Desperately tragic, but also feels like the universe is having a bit of a laugh as well.
My God. Can you imagine?
Imagine
You've
the
lived
funeral.
your whole life up
Right?
until that point and that's how you kick it.
And he's done it for a joke. It's not like a malicious thing. He's done it for a laugh. And then imagine you're the person giving the eulogy or you're the priest or the celebrant.
Like, how do you prosecute a case like that? Like,
this
did legal get involved?
I don't know. I need to look into this more. Yeah, like, was it malicious? It's all about intent, I think, with the law as well, isn't it?
What a loophole that would be.
I know. Let's having a laugh.
Jesus, that's given a whole new meaning to the Dutch oven. I've had no idea.
I'm really glad I've taught you something today.
Oh, you've really taught me something today. I want to get your opinion on this. So this woman she was asking for advice on how to deal with what many people have called a sister-in-law from hell.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So I need you to become a bit of an agony aunt now.
I'm really good at other people's problems.
Okay, here we go. This is a big problem. Mm-hmm. So she says, my sister-in-law sabotaged our family holiday and then tried to replace it with her own version of the trip. My husband and I had planned this big trip. Everyone was really excited. It was with his parents and his siblings. Big family affair. And it was one of those rare times where everyone agreed on the place that they were going to, except the sister-in-law. She threw a fit because they went with the majority. I think they all put in suggestions and everyone decided to go to the place that she didn't want to go
Democratic
to.
Rule. I'm
and
all for it,
she's been moaning about it every single step of the way. Mm-hmm. So this lady, she was the one that booked the accommodation and she paid the partial deposit as well. She'd arranged time off of work and everything was confirmed. Fast forward a few weeks before the trip, she checked her bank account and had noticed that the deposit had been refunded. So she called the accommodation directly and they said, yeah, the booking was cancelled. And she said, well, that's not possible. I didn't cancel anything. And they said, no, someone called up and cancelled it. And at this point, she's obviously really confused, thinking, well, I didn't call. Yeah. How dare you? You've ruined our family holiday. So she asked for the details of the call and they give her the phone number and it ends up being the sister-in-law's phone number. And now the lady has had to go back into their family group chat and say, guys, the trip has been cancelled. It's not going ahead. But she hasn't let on the fact that she knows that it was the sister-in-law that has cancelled.
Clever.
So following her grand plan, the sister-in-law has now strategically slipped herself into the conversation and tried to save the day and said, oh, it doesn't matter that it's been cancelled. Don't worry. I've got this accommodation that is available and we can go here instead. So her master plan was to call up, pretend to be this lady, cancel the holiday, and as a result, replace it with the accommodation that she wanted to originally go with. She hasn't said anything and hasn't brought this up into the family group chat yet, but she's asking for advice. What are we saying? Is she going to bring it up or does she let it slide?
I mean, I'm a big fan of not letting things slide. Bring it up. Mm-hmm. You're all adults. Mm-hmm. Judging from this behaviour, this is not her first offence.
Oh, I don't think it's the first offence.
And this is her husband's
sister.
Okay. Do you have any more details about like...
In the comment section, I was seeing this lady respond to certain comments and this is very much a theme within their family. The sister is very much someone that wants to get her own way and would be very sneaky in order to do so. But no one ever calls her out on her behaviour. So this lady is saying, this is one step too far. Yeah. But if I call her out, am I going to be just stepping into that family drama of, oh, you're being mean to her, you're calling her out on her behaviour, right. Everyone's going to go to the sister-in-law's defence.
Okay. Oh, I see. So I see the dynamic now. The sister-in-law can do no wrong.
She can kind of do no wrong.
Okay, right. You see, if you'd asked me a few years ago, I would have said, oh, well, keep the peace, just let her, like Mel Robbins is now doing the whole let them thing. I'm not a fan of that now that I am 41. Something happens when you turn 40 and you just go, oh, actually, I don't really give a shit. I would air her out. I would expose her. I'd be very calm about it. I'd make sure, my thing would be, where's the husband in this? Like, is he on her side? Does he understand what his sister's doing? I'd want those details. And I would be very willing to be the bad guy here. And also from now on, because it sounds like the person who's asking for advice is the woman who does everything. Yep. It sounds like she's the one who's like, oh, let's do this. I'll organise it. I'll do that. And I have this theory, the more capable a woman you are, the more you're punished.
Oh my God, get that on a T-shirt.
So I like to now just play stupid all the time and just go, oh, I'm really sorry, I just don't know. Because it's so much easier.
Or do you go on her trip and sabotage it?
Well, see, this is the other part of me. That's the other part of me. That's the sort of sneaky Gemini side of me that goes, yeah, like just go and then, like, I don't know, steal one pair of her sandals, like, just one shoe of her sandals or something. Or
rack up a massive like room service
absolutely.
fee on her
Prawns
card.
with a suitcase lining. Like, yeah, sorry, I feel like we're opposite ends school, like going, oh, rack up room service. I'm like, set our house on fire. How old are these people? Do we know?
I think they're like 30s, 40s.
Yeah, old enough to know better.
Yeah.
Old enough to know better.
Yeah.
I would say that our friend needs to step back. She needs to tell the truth, know that she'll be incredibly unpopular, and just take a step back from the whole thing, and then just let them. And then I also wanting to go on a holiday with all of your in-laws and like the whole, I could not think of anything worse. That's not relaxing.
I think this type of family as well, being as it sounds like they constantly excuse this lady's behaviour, I think she's probably, this is kind of a blessing in disguise. This could be your turning point.
Yeah, I think this is the turning point. This is the turning point.
Yep.
I met someone years ago who said, you have an option. You can either evolve or repeat. And I think this is a little evolutionary turning point. Yeah, I would say be the grown up. Know that people won't like you. But like my dad says, you shouldn't worry about people liking you. Not even everybody liked Jesus. So
that's a great point. That is a great point.
Papa Ojla just...
How do we feel about family group chats? Are you in a family group chat?
I'm not in a family group chat.
Do your family have a group chat?
No, because
that you're not in?
Oh my God, maybe they do. I, on purpose, have not taught my parents how to use WhatsApp. On purpose.
What would they be like if they knew how to use it?
Oh no, it would be horrendous. It would be weird gifs. It would be voice notes. It would be, I'm like, you don't, but I saw you were online and like, why are you picking up? No.
Do you think they would do the statuses on WhatsApp?
Yeah. Oh my God, they do everything. They would do everything. They do the weird filters. They would go hard for it. Yeah. So no, they have WhatsApp. But they don't, and we call each other on WhatsApp, but I'm not teaching them about groups or anything like that. That's where I draw the line.
One-on-one relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we normally just, I mean, I still call them on the landline most times. And I'm not in a family WhatsApp group. I'm already in too many groups. I don't want a family one as well. I like to be unreachable, really.
They're chaos to me. Like, I don't like being, I'm very much a silent participant in a group. Exactly. I actually go sort of to all lengths. I've Googled this many times, how I can read messages on WhatsApp without the other people seeing that I've read them. Yeah. I've got all of the tips, all of the...
Oh, no, tell me, do you just put your phone in airplane mode?
So you can but then the problem is when you take it off of airplane mode, it then notifies people that you've been seen, and obviously you're not going to sit with your phone on airplane mode all day. However, if you hover over the message, so you just kind of hold, you've got to be so careful here though, because sometimes if you hold over the message, it will kind of open the screen up halfway where you can see the message, and then let go, and it will show as if you haven't opened the notification. But there have been many times, of course, where I've held it down for too long and it's opened it in full.
It's delicate.
And now I'm caught out.
Yeah,
I'm very, very avoidant with group chat. So the idea of a family group chat to me is hell.
Yeah. Do you ever just exit a group chat, or are you just
I'm
archive?
too Libra for that. I need more of a backbone with that. Yeah. I would feel really terrible. Well, you know, that really sad, like, Daisy has exited the group. You just know that is going to cause... The follow-up to that notification is just everyone bitching about you.
Yeah,
So
this is true. This is true.
It's like one of the few moments in life where you know you're leaving a room and it's a guarantee that everyone's just about to bitch.
Yeah.
So I will sit there and suffer in silence. I might mute it and I'll just send in a little emoji or a little heart notification every so often.
Yeah.
I need more of a backbone for that.
That's a tough one. I didn't know you were a Libra, but this makes sense.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And you're a Gemini.
And I'm a Gemini. We're always really good friends. Libras and Geminis. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Just before you go, I also want your thoughts on this. Experts are saying there's been a rise in what they're calling whimsical heists. Have you heard about this?
No.
So they're real heists, but they're more random. So people are stealing random, oddly specific things, but in bulk. So it's almost like the Costco of crime.
Oh.
So the other day I saw that millions of Lego bricks were stolen recently. Someone also stole 12 tons worth of Kit Kats last month.
Yeah.
And olive oil as well. Gallons of olive oil have been stolen. So yeah, experts are calling this, it's a new rise in this crime, and it's called whimsical heist. So it's not really that serious, but I guess it is somewhat of a
sort of is serious. Have you seen the price of olive oil?
Well, it's a great thing to steal, isn't it?
It is.
I was going to say, what would you be stealing in bulk?
Oh God. See, I would have just gone for cold hard cash. But if we're talking about products, this is really sad. Washing up detergent, like laundry detergent, because why is it £17 for those little gel capsules?
I'm so sorry, but it's the worst part of adulthood is like realizing that you have to buy something so expensive to wash your clothes.
That's why I've got a suitcase with me. I'm going shopping at my parents' house. Like, that is what is happening. Yeah, that is really sad. I wish I could say something like, I don't know, twirls or whatever, but yeah, that is what I would. It's so overpriced for what it is.
To never have to spend my own money on that sort of stuff again would be a treat. Do you know, I really think that there's a new app that I saw someone had created where it's sort of like not a lottery, but it's like an app where they will give you can be in a draw to win. It's just sort of like they're like random small little prizes each day, as opposed to like putting your name into a hat for like a big cash prize or an Omaze house. These are like small winnings, but more often. So maybe they would give away like a lifetime supply of washing detergent. It's that sort of thing that I'd be really into.
I'd be into that. What other small things? So when you said small things, I thought of like those little toys you get in Kinder Eggs, and I'd be like, I couldn't be asked.
Yeah.
Do you mean?
No, I think it's like little things that would make your day. For example, I don't know, a gift card for you to get your Apple turnovers free for a year at Lidl. Yes. Those little pick-me-ups, the little treats in a day.
Yeah. But although, I wonder if Lidl do a black card.
You're entitled to one of those.
I think so.
You're giving them a lot of free promo as well. You've built a community around this.
God, yeah, I have. And they're still not sponsoring it. But that's also sometimes because I go, this looks a bit shit. So I don't think that's how you're supposed to do brand stuff, is it?
I mean, I'm sure there'd be some. I haven't been down a Lidl in the middle aisle. Is that what it's called?
Middle of Lidl.
And so, what are the sort of things that you've seen in there?
Wow, recently I've seen a lot of like bird feeders because of the time of year it is. A lot of DIY stuff.
But sometimes there'll be like so it'll be a bird feeder next to
a high vis pullover. Or it'll be like 3 types of diffusers I saw in there the other week. Yeah. 3 different types of diffusers. Didn't like any of them. See, that's why I don't get the deal, because I say that. 3 types of diffusers, and then like, I don't know, like a climbing frame for a child or something. I think it's everything. I do also feel like you're either Aldi or Lidl.
Yes. Who is the one that has like the really fabulous PR team that like hits back at M&S? It's Aldi. Okay.
I still don't understand how either of those companies get away with pretty much ripping off
Yeah, it's quite
like the high-end
wild, isn't
stuff. Like, I've been in Lidl before and I've gone, is that a Joe Malone cap? No, it's not. It's just, is that a white company? No, it's you.
But also the names are so
ridiculous.
Yeah,
but I sort
yeah.
of love it.
Yeah,
Because
me
they can
too.
obviously get away with
Yeah.
it. You know, they've just gone, we've just changed this one little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be an Aldi gal, but I am a firmly.
What would you say tipped you into being a Lidl girl, or is there a
It's right
specific?
near my therapist's office.
Okay, so it's the convenience. Would you say there's like a Lidl type of person and an Aldi type of person?
No, although I do think what sways it for me with Lidl is their middle aisle is better, but also the bakery section.
Yeah, I need. So I'm not near a Lidl. I need to get down to a Lidl because I hear great things about Lidl bakery.
Let me know, what would you go for if you did have a Lidl near you and it had a good bakery section? What's your pastry of choice?
I like anything cinnamony, like a cinnamon swirl from their bakery section. But I also, one of my favourite pastry ever is those maple plats.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm deadly allergic to nuts. I've got an EpiPen and all, and full-on anaphylaxis fitting on the floor. So I have to strategically pick off the pecans that are on top of those maple plats.
Surely that is... But then the nuts have been on there. Surely that can be fatal.
No, it can absolutely be fatal. I've had many of a reaction, so I'll just sort of pop a tablet and hope that it doesn't spiral further. But that's the amount that that's my commitment to the maple plat.
Problem. That is you are willing.
It's terrible.
Quite literally die
for the maple plat. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought I made bad decisions. That is awful. No, I love that. Well, both of those things are amazing.
What's your? Oh, you'd like an apple turnover?
I do like an apple turnover. Sometimes they do what they call a guest of the week, so they'll have like a pastry of the week.
Stop. Is it a classic or is it just they'll make it up?
No, sometimes they had like a Dubai donut recently. They had like a. The annoying thing is sometimes they're awful and sometimes they're so good and now I really miss them.
Because they'll never come again.
No, they did like a pizza flavoured pretzel, which was incredible.
Fantastic.
I'm not really a pretzel gal, but that was amazing. I think about that every 3 to 5 business days. And they also did something called an Eton mess donut.
Stunning.
Which was incredible. Texture, flavour.
Meringue on the top?
All that, yeah. Yeah, meringue on the top, little strawberry flavour.
Cream inside?
Cream, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm there.
Everything. On a donut.
You could put anything in a donut and I
buy
it.
Pretty much anything in pastry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pastry.
Anything, I think it works.
Pastry is heaven sent. It's heaven. And no, just pastry. I was going to say pies too, but pastry.
Yeah. Savoury, sweet.
Stunning.
Anything. Makes my day.
Oh my God. This has been so wonderful. I feel like we've spoken about so many lovely little things.
I haven't even told you about my show.
No, that's what you're telling me about now. Before you go, tell me about that right now. This is another wonderful little thing.
Thank you so much. I talked so much about Lidl. But funnily enough, I want that lady with the mad sister-in-law to come to my show because my show is called Breaking Free. It's a one-off. So I used to do stand-up and I have retired from that. And I just really missed connecting with a live audience. Like that is my thing. I went to drama school, theatre actress. I was like, I really missed that. And then I got speaking to Warwick Arts Centre and they were like, we know you don't do stand-up. Do you want to do something else? I was like, yes, I want to share my thoughts with people. I've never had an unexpressed thought in my life. And then it's called Breaking Free. It's going to be all about turning 40, giving less shits, how I went from being a people-pleasing yes woman to the woman you see before you today who still has to fight that really hard. And also it's about I'm not married. I don't have children. I haven't done anything that I should have done. You know, the blueprint that's laid out for a lot of people before they are even born. And I realised when I turned 40, I was like, oh, I don't know what's the alternative to that? You know, what if you don't want to go travelling or, you know, do lots of PE, which is essentially what a lot of people end up getting, like doing Ironmans and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I don't really want to do either of them. I don't think like adulthood should be like doing a Duke of Edinburgh award.
Oh my God, I couldn't think of anything worse.
God, no. And so I really started thinking about, well, then what do I replace it with? And I started talking to lots of other women my age who were like, well, I sort of feel a bit lost as well. So it's sort of exploring all of that. We've got some amazing guests. We've got music. There'll be a Q&A. And like, hopefully lots of fun stuff.
That makes me so happy. And I just love connecting with women like you. And I love this message that you're also putting out there that is behind the show, because I'm approaching 30 and you just get those 3 years from like 27 to 30 for me and most of my friends at a similar age, they are so depressing because there is so much pressure and you think your life is over, but it's supposed to be just beginning, and there's just horrible messaging out there. And all I keep saying to myself and to my friends is I cannot actually just wait to be 35, 40, because I'm telling you, like, all of this pressure that we're feeling right now is for what?
Oh, I know exactly. I remember that feeling. So, how old are you? Do you mind me asking?
28.
Okay, you're going through your Saturn return.
Oh.
Have you looked this up?
No, I haven't, but it feels like I'm going through something.
You're going through it. You're going through it. So this is where things will fall apart.
Yeah.
Friendship groups.
To shit. Yeah. It's falling, everything.
Everything changed. So I wrote a book about a woman who turned 30. It's called Sunny.
Oh, I need to read this.
It's very, for legal reasons, it is fiction. Write what you know. And like lost friends, changed careers, questioned everything, like all my relationships, where I was going. And also I feel like your 20s are like the first decade where you're sort of in charge.
Yes.
And even though you're 28, did you say?
Yep.
You're still technically in your 20s, but you have nothing in common with a 20-year-old or a 21-year-old. So it's sort of odd, but you're also not 30. So it feels like 20s, you're sort of like, still feels like you're sort of a child. 30s, you're like, okay, I'm sort of figuring things out. And I was speaking to my friend recently. I said, I feel like I've only really started living at 40.
Yeah.
And she said, me too, when we're both 41. And she went, we're one. And I went, yeah, we're one. Because we're finally sort of living the life that we've always wanted to live.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. But 30s are wonderful. I woke up on my 30th birthday and I quite literally sat up in bed, did this. And I was like, I'm 30 now.
Yep.
Like all of that angst and drama of the 20s. What am I doing? Everybody's doing all of these things. I'm over here, they're over there. Why are they buying houses? Why do they have nice towels from John Lewis? Why am I in my childhood bedroom? Like all of that just went. All of that pressure, it was like instantly gone. I really hope that happens for you when you wake up on your 30th birthday.
Oh my God. I just feel like even you just speaking about this, because there are so many different messages that put on so much pressure. Even just hearing someone that has been through this and speaking about it is just so important. Yeah. And I think, it's that age group where you feel like you don't stand for something or you don't know what you stand for. I keep saying to my friends, I'm like, I feel like I've gone back and I'm feeling those intense feelings in the same way that I did as a teenager. I'm sad, I'm anxious, I don't know what I stand for, I don't know what my future holds. I'm being told to make decisions, but I don't know if those decisions are right for me. I feel like I'm behind, or you're constantly comparing yourself to people. But the thing is, as a teenager, you could just sit in bed and cry and your parents would do the washing and they'd pay the bills. I've got all of these emotions that I had as a teenager, but I'm still having to take the bins out and pay a mortgage. I can't just stop. Oh my God, it's so hard. So, but thank you so much for saying that.
Oh my God, of
it's
course.
going to get better.
It's going to get better. So contact me when you're 30 and then I want to speak to you when you're 40.
Oh my gosh. So hold on a second. We need to go to your show, but we also need to buy your book too.
You do need to buy my book. It's called Sunny. It's out. It's in paperback. And if you're not a reader, like you don't like books, like to read like this, physical copies, it's also audiobook.
Amazing.
As well, ebook. I do the audiobook. And so you can get it online, Waterstones, wherever you get your books from. Obviously support independent bookshops always, but yeah.
We're coming to see you. This is so important.
Please do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.